Ted and Andy here. Andy, Ted. Episode 16. It's been a while since we've done a podcast. Ted had a shift in between our last one and just been busy doing stuff, but the weather is warming up nicely and kind of stoked. Snow's melting.
Well, that's why I'm having a cocktail.
Oh, geez, that's right.
Yeah, because it's got to be almost 65 degrees. That almost is cheers. I don't think we should get, especially with the lip touch. Oh,
sorry, I think on this side. But anyways, so
well, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, how we doing? We're still
we're
still practicing, but
it's getting harder and harder. I'm seeing the roads starting to open up a little bit. We got a few calls on my shift. I mean, it's just I think things are starting to open up, whether the government says yes or not. I think people are starting to get out a little bit.
Yep.
Especially with the weather, they're getting out to the hardware stores. They're getting out to
they got projects. They're going to do stuff, and
exactly.
It's inevitable. People are going to be touching and around.
That's it.
So, anyways, I don't know about you guys, but I drank some disinfectant today. I put a little bleach in here, and I'm hoping
it burns a little on the way.
It's not so bad
on the way
if
down.
If you mix it with a little Lysol,
then it
just freaking
it
a
cuts
little
it nice,
lemon
okay.
scented. I want to just throw that in. If you get the lemon scented Lysol with a little bleach, not a lot, quarter cup per gallon. It's not so bad.
And it cleans you out. I mean,
I was just going to say, I don't know how it's going to be tomorrow yet because this is day one. So I might have another story for you tomorrow after the morning session. But
hey, I'd like to tell all of the kids, please don't do that.
Please don't try this.
That was a sarcastic joke. So if you didn't get...
Was I being sarcastic?
Well, I don't know. I mean...
I was. I know in my position in life, I probably shouldn't do that, but
okay.
Hey, it just slipped out. Just making some fun. Anyways, so what's happening, buddy?
Well, thanks. Hey, I was thinking about a question that I have for you.
Okay.
And it was spurred upon by kind of a discussion, something that I heard on the radio, and I thought it was kind of interesting. It was all about the value of life.
Ooh.
And then I started thinking about some other stuff, but I want to get onto that a little bit. I think there's somewhere I think it was NPR, and they were talking about, basically how much a life is valued at, and it's $10 million. That's the number.
They actually had a number?
Yeah, it's $10 million.
Wow.
That's what a life is valued at.
Every life?
Well, I didn't listen to enough of the NPR show. I was curious. So what if you're worth $1 billion? Like Bill Gates, and you shoot him, or say, geez, excuse me.
Again,
strike that from the record.
Sarcasm.
But I mean, is he worth more than someone else?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, when you get right down to the brass tacks, everything being equal, we're all equal, so we should have an equal price tag on.
That's kind of an interesting thought. Yeah. Well,
okay, but in reality. There are people in this world that I guess if you were to put a value on a life, that their life is more valuable, and not because of a monetary issue, because of what they maybe have contributed to society and will continue to contribute to society. I don't know. That's
what I'm saying. So what factors create a value? So let's say someone was on their deathbed. And are they worth... Is there a lower value there than someone who's 20, who went through MIT and is already, on Forbes, 400? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of an interesting thought process to go through. Everybody's valued at $10 million per. I think it might be federal law or tort law or something. But
so that's like if something came to litigation and your life was done for whatever reason,
yes,
that they put that price tag on it.
That's what I got.
So that's why this even exists, is because of that set of facts.
Yeah. Well, that's why.
Because I was trying to think where you're going with this.
Okay, so now
what is the question?
Now I haven't even gotten to the question yet.
I can see
that was more of the precursor discussion to what I'm about to go to. So we were thinking about vets and dogs and cats and the value that you might put on, let's say, a max value for a vet bill, for instance. So, at some point you have to cap out how much you would spend on, like, trying to fix a dog or a cat, right? But I think more than that, what about a hamster?
Well, they eat hamsters in Peru.
Well, they don't count. Let's take some
strike that. Guinea pigs. I meant guinea pigs. They look a lot alike.
In Peru?
In Peru, yeah.
Are they good?
That's a side
Are they good?
I couldn't eat one because I had one as a kid. We had a little guinea pig, and it was a cute little freaking animal. But and the way they presented it in the menus, there was always a stick, right?
Oh, come on.
And
give you
the
$5
guinea pig's like like this, and it's like no.
Give you $5 if you can spell guinea.
Guinea? Is that guinea?
Hell, I don't know. How am I supposed to pay you if I don't even know how to spell? I'll Google it after the show.
Anyways.
Well, so getting back to the thing. So would you say that in general, or yourself, or society, maybe you would be less apt to spend $5,000 on a hamster than you would be on a dog?
Absolutely.
And why is that life valued differently?
Well, the dogs can fetch. They can grab your beers. And, again, just personally, that the hamster spins a wheel, and you feed it, and you change the cage. But other than that,
it's a little higher cognitive ability or something along those lines.
More of a pal.
Well, that's why I'm asking. I guess I'm
struggling
with that.
So animal world,
so we got 10 million.
We
got 10 million, and we're not even sure about that because we think maybe there could be some more. Arguably, there could be some less.
If that was the cap, then for sure some less.
Whoa, damn! Who?
Well, I'm just saying again.
No, I'd like you to tell me who is valued at less.
People who don't contribute to the betterment of society.
So if you don't contribute, you're worth less than the cap.
If it came down to where we had to say, okay,
you had to choose,
this guy has more value because they are contributing to society in some way, shape, or form in a positive way.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if you got it, it's like triage, man. If you got to cut the line somewhere.
holy
this
shit.
Is what the doctors
I
are dealing
I don't
with
even know
right
what to
now
say.
In New York City and all the big cities is triage. And man, it's just, you got to make, it's a
you're right.
rough decision.
I guess you're right.
It's a rough decision. I didn't say it was easy.
Well, and I guess that's the thing. I guess you got to take a stand.
There we go.
Okay. So let's get back to the question. How much would you be willing to spend on a dog at the vet? I know you don't have one right now currently.
Teddy.
Is it really Teddy? Oh, well, hell yeah.
Thank
you so much. How much would you be willing to spend on if you had a dog? I know you don't currently have one, but let's say it was Buster, and Buster was sick.
Oh, we've spent thousands of dollars on our dogs. On the two dogs that Haiti and I have had, they both, we used to call them the $6 million dogs because, well, it was a joke. But yeah, no, we've spent, and I don't know if they actually said, okay, sir, it's going to cost you $10,000. Would I have paid that?
That's what I'm saying. Do you have a predetermined limit? It sounds
like
you don't.
I think it would depend again on the situation. If the dog, how old's the dog?
Okay, see,
this
is what I'm talking about right here.
6 months, anyways, of quality life.
So now we're valuing life based on how much is left, how sick they are, the quality of their life, right?
And again, is this me personally in my financial situation? Would I fork out $10,000 for a dog that might live another 6 months? I'd be hard pressed, but someone who is in a different socioeconomic class might have a totally different answer to this question.
Well, maybe I could end the podcast with just a quick story.
Let's hear it.
About my family and what happened to us. Cassidy, over the years, when she was young, she wanted a hamster.
Love that kid.
Really bad. And I kept saying no, I kept saying no. And finally, I finally got to a place where I said, look, we'll go yes to the hamster, but there will be no vets. We have a zero tolerance for bet taking, no dollars. And,
I remember that.
and so she said, great, everything's fine. We got the hamster. Everything was fine for the first few months. And then the hamster fell ill and the hair started falling out.
Uh-oh.
And things were brought to my attention. Dad, can we go to the vet? And I said, no, I think we had a deal. and there was some crying. There was some tears shed. Dad was called a few names. So the hamster actually did pull out of that and live for a whole nother year after that. Started growing the hair, lost all its hair, and then grew it all
Must
back.
have been just maybe a nervous disorder or something.
Yeah, sick. Obviously. So that's my story. So the hamster pulled through for another year. But we had a no vet policy going there.
I like it, man. That's a great rule. You set that little bar right at the beginning.
That's right.
It's like, bam. Hey, remember
That's right.
what we said. But before we go, and in this podcast, wasn't there something with the rabbit too that Cassidy really wanted a rabbit?
She did. We ended up getting the rabbit.
Yeah, what happened with the rabbit?
Well, we got the rabbit, and then we ended up. It was kind of a biter, so we ended up taking. Aunt Jackie ended up bringing the rabbit home.
So Aunt Jackie adopted the rabbit.
She did. She did.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was kind of silly, huh? Well, it was full. Anyways, that was the question.
That was the question.
Answered, I guess.
Maybe more questions.
Yeah. Just like so many other things in life, it depends.
Life's messy.
Can be. Appreciate you guys watching episode 16. And if you have any comments, down below. And see you next time.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.